groups. I'd like to introduce the first group. They will give a presentation on what is the most effective method to recover from fatigue. Group 1, are you ready to start?
Hello everyone, my name is Nozomu Morihiro. Today, my team would like to talk about fatigue recovery. In recent years, both athlete and non-athlete, both athlete and non-athlete have become more aware of the importance of managing fatigue. According to the Japan Sports Agency in 2022, over 60% of the student athletes report experiencing chronic fatigue that they are during their training seasons. This issue is not limited to sports athletes, making many working adults struggle with physical and mental fatigue in their daily lives. Fatigue not only reduces performance but also increases the risks of injury, illness, and burnout. The World Health Organization 2021 emphasizes that recovery strategies are essential for maintaining long-term health and well-being. Understanding how to recover effectively is crucial for everyone, from elite athletes to everyday workers. The purpose of this presentation is to identify the effective activities for fatigue recovery. This is today's outline. First, I will talk about bathing, and second, Yamagami will talk about mental. Third, Yamamura will talking about treatment like massage. Fourth, Takaishi will talk about nutrition, and finally, Shima will talk about sleep. I think bathing is the most effective activities for recovery from fatigue. Past studies have looked at different ways to recovery from fatigue, such as resting, using cold therapy, and contrast baths. Okada and Katahira 2020 found that taking contrast baths with full body showered, body showered helped make the legs more flexible and reduce muscle tiredness after exercise. Nomura et al. 2025 shows that using hot and cold treatments on the neck and shoulders make help reduce tiredness from using devices for a long time. However, studies that there are not many studies that compare with the other ways to recover the method to see which works best for the body and mind. This study wants to find out if warm treatment like bathing work better than other ways to recover from tiredness. To find out how Bathing helps with fatigue recovery. I did a survey with 30 people. In this study, an online questionnaire was conducted with 30 participants aged 18 to 24. The survey was shared through the Instagram stories, and participants were asked to respond by accessing the URL published in the post. The survey period lasted for 5 days, from October 18 to October 17 to October 21. The questionnaire aimed to explore the effect of bathing on fatigue recovery. It included questions about bathing habits, feeling of muscle and mental fatigue, and other recovery methods such as sleeping, eating, and stretching. The collected data will be analyzed, examine trends in bathing behavior, and its relationship with subjective fatigue levels. I asked I asked them about their bathing habits and how tired they felt. Of the total, 75% reported that they took the bath. Regarding bath time, the most common length was 10 to 20 minutes. Some people also took long time baths, close to 30 minutes. As for subjective feelings of after bathing, many respondents reported feeling significantly or somewhat mentally refreshed. However, in terms of physical fatigue, the most I- from this survey, bathing seems to help more with mental fatigue than physical fatigue. In the future, we need to study more about how bathing affects both the body and the mind. More research can help us find the best way to recover from fatigue in daily life. Thank you for listening. はい。
Hello everyone, my name is Koyamagami. I will talk about mental side of recovering from fatigue. Uh, Mental fatigue has a big effect of physical fatigue. Mental stress can also lead to uh, lead to uh, lead to problem like depression and trouble sleeping. Uh, According to Ross 2017, uh, a study worker showed that work stress uh, was strongly related to uh, fatigue, even when depression was uh, considered. If we don't take a break, mental stress, it is uh, harder for the body to recover, because recovery from mental fatigue is said to be one of the most effective way to recover from fatigue. The purpose of presentation is to make clear method uh, of fatigue recovery is the most effective. I think that recovery from mental fatigue is the most method. By companion, this method with other ways, recovery, we want reduce daily stress, and improve well-being. Method: a survey was 30, a survey was using the Google form. The study includes 30 Japanese university students. They were invited through social media and personal contacts. Measure: the survey had four main questions. Question one: did the people do anything to recover from fatigue? Question two: if they say yes, they wrote what method they used. Question three: which part of recovery do they think is the most important? Question four: what do they do when they feel mental stress? These answers and past students were used for the analysis. Result: participants were between 80 and 22 years old, and most of 20 years old. Past 65% said try to recover from fatigue, meaning that about 60 of university students do something to recover. For perspective method, 61.1% said sleep, 27.8% said hobbies, 21% go to the sauna, 60.7% said meal, 60.7% said massage. Mass- So decided sleep. Many students also choose mental recovery, massage, and fun activities. The answers were different, showing that each person has their own way of dealing with stress. Conclusion: this study looked at how university students think about fatigue recovery and what they do to feel better when they are tired. Many students said that sleep is their main way to recover, and many of them feel that getting enough sleep works very well for reducing fatigue. Good sleep helps their bodies relax and gives them more energy for the next day. However, many students also recovery method. They spend time of hobbies, listen to music, talk with friends or family, or do activities that make them feel calm. Uh, These results show that both physical rest and mental rest are important for reducing fatigue. When your body rested, your relax and your tiredness get better, but your mind of need rest because mental stress can make it harder for your body to recover. Therefore, to recover from fatigue, you will need good sleepy and activities that help your mind relax, such as listening to calm music, take a short walk, or doing something you enjoy. By resting both your body and your mind, you can recover more fully and feel better. This is reference.
Hello everyone, my name is Hirotsuge Mamura. Today I would like to talk about treatment. Many people concerned about condition. Kondo 2015 investigated the awareness of condition among marathon runners who participated in international competitions. As a result, about 19% of marathon runners checked their own condition by their own fatigue. I also surveyed high school and college students. Almost all of them responded that they are concerned about condition, in other words, their own fatigue.
Therefore, the average of condition is at a high level, not only professional athlete but also student. Stretching and massage are effective. Yamamoto 1998 examining the effect of stretching, massage, light exercise, and hot baths and resting condition on recovery after exercise. Yamamoto 1998 first noted that it is more important to exercise fatigued muscle actively or passively, such as stretching, massage, and light exercise. Among them, stretching and massage were claimed to have a significant effect as a means of recovery. Of course, proper meals and sleeping are necessary for recovery. However, it is still unclear which is most effective for recovery. In addition, it is difficult for us to know which treatment is the most effective because there are many ways. This research is important because many people try various methods from different fields, but they don't understand which one to focus on. Therefore, the purpose of this presentation is to identify the most effective ways and appropriate treatment method. This is today's outline. First, I will talk about effective ways. Second, I will state appropriate stretching techniques. Third, I will explain good massage methods. Finally, I will conclude at this time. Now, I will talk about effective ways. Sleeping is the best way to recover from fatigue. I surveyed 54 people to examine what they focused on to recover from fatigue. The survey results show that sleeping was the most common at 46.2%, followed by meals at 30.8%. Treatments such as massage and stretching came in third at 21.2%. I also surveyed 42 people to find out if they use treatment such as stretching and massage in addition meals and sleeping. The survey results shows that 83.3% of people use treatment. Therefore, I realized that sleeping is valued most highly for recovery, but at the same time, treatments such as stretching and massage are also adapted. Next, I will state stretching. I surveyed high school and college students to find out how much time they spend stretching to recover from fatigue. The survey results showed that the most common stretching time was between 10 and 20 minutes at 57.1%, followed by less than 10 minutes at 35.7%. Correction et al. 2020 also reported that about 40 minutes of stretching caused fatigue and suggested that performance capacity was reduced. This result emphasized that the amount of time spent stretching is very related and should be focused on. The use of appropriate time spent stretching can be expected to gradually improve recovery from fatigue and lead to improved performance. Next, finally, I will state massage. Uh, the expected effect of massage is to improve blood circulation to the skin and muscle, supplying necessary oxygen and nutrition. To maximize this effect, the duration of massage should be at least 20 minutes. Hoshi 2011 stated that after competition, it is good to perform massage for 20 to 30 minutes, especially focusing on fatigued muscle. I also surveyed high school and college students to find out how long they gave massage. The survey results show that 47.6% of respondents answered between 20 to 30 minutes. Let me summarize the point of this presentation. The purpose of this presentation was to identify the most effective ways and appropriate treatment method. From the research, I showed good ways and method of stretching and massage. From the research, I found it that sleeping is very effective for recovering from fatigue. I also found it that about 20 minutes stretching and more than 20 minutes massage are most effective. This is references. Thank you.
Hello. Today, I would like I would like to talk about focus on nutrition and food. Many people feel tired after work, training, and studying. Research shows that proper nutrition, particularly carbohydrate, protein, vitamins, and minerals, support muscle repair, energy restoration, and reduce fatigue. For example, a narrative review found that ingestion of protein and carbohydrate immediately post exercise notably enhances recovery and reduces tiredness. Despite the well-known role of rest, role of sleep or rest, the specific role of food in everyday fatigue recovery is less explored. My survey aimed to fill this gap by investigating people's belief and nutritional behavior. I conducted a questionnaire with 37 university students. I asked about their weekly exercise frequency, how often they experience fatigue, what methods they use for recovery, and how much they pay attention to their meals. Participants also selected which method they believe is most effective and gave its result. 84% exercise regularly. And 80% said they feel fatigue in daily life. When asked about recovery methods, many listed naps, fasting, massage and diet. Notably, over 90% believe food is effective for fatigue recovery, and most emphasizing protein-rich meals. These results, combined with the literature, suggest that nutrition is not just a supporting role but may be the primary driver in recovery of fatigue. Reviews suggest that targeted nutrient strategies significantly reduce fatigue symptoms. Although the survey data alone doesn't prove food is the single best method. When considered alongside strong scientific evidence, we can argue that a balanced protein-rich diet is likely the most effective and practical method for many people. Behavioral methods like naps or message are variable, but they often depend on external conditions. Food can be controlled by the individual and applied daily. In conclusion, while multiple strategy aid fatigue recovery, the evidence indicates that good nutrition, especially protein-rich balanced meal, is arguably the most effective and broadly applicable. For athletes and everyday individuals alike, priorities what you eat could be the most rel- reliable way to bounce back from fatigue. Future research should determine optimal nutrient combination and timing for everyday fatigue recovery. This is the difference. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Kandashima. I'd like to talk about the relationship between sleep habits and fatigue recovery among university students. Sleep is the most important for recovery, fatigue, and for our health and mental. Sleep supports several essential biological functions. During sleeping, our our body repair damaged tissues, release growth hormones that promote muscle recovery and strength the hormones. The brain organize information when we are asleep. According to Future and Half-Cut 1996 reported the deprivation significantly reduce cognitive abilities such as attention, memory, and decision making. According to Haraga et al. 2050, sleep plays a major role in physical recovery by regulation metabolism and improve muscle repair. According to Van Goghen et al. 2003, even small reduction in sleep case study decline in reaction time and alertness. A lot of university students not get enough sleep time. So because they are there are a lot of things to do. For example, part-time job and study and club. So university students' sleeping time is reduced. So yes. I concluded a questionnaire for 47 university students to what is the most important for your fatigue recovery. They are select five category. First is thermal effects, for example, sauna or bath. The second is sleep. Third is food. Fourth is treatment, for example, massage, final mental care. As a result, for the first place ranking is sleep. That was chosen by 14 out of 40 students select sleep. So sleep is the most important for for recovery fatigue. These find these findings support previous research that highlight the biological role of sleep in recovery. It also indicates that many university students understand the value of proper sleep for both body and mind. Let me summarize of this presentation. Sleep is the most important factor in fatigue recovery among university students. It supports tissue repair, emotional stability, hormone regulation, and immune function, all of which contribute to better physical and mental performance. Students should try to maintain regular sleep schedule, reduce smartphone use before bed, and create comfortable sleep environment. This difference is, in conclusion, this presentation shows that fatigue can be recovered in many ways, such as basing many ways such as basing mental care, massage, eating, and sleep. Each method helps in a different way and support both physical and mental recovery. Our survey from that many people felt refreshed after bathing, while others said sleep or food worked best. Mental recovery, such as relaxing, listening to music, or doing hobbies, was also very important. Among all methods, sleep and nutrition were found to have the strongest effects on recovery. Good sleep helps repair the body and refresh the mind. A balanced diet supports energy and muscle recovery. Therefore, combining enough sleep, healthy eating, and relaxing activities may provide the best overall recovery. Managing fatigue is important for both athletes and non-athletes to stay healthy and perform well in daily life. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Motoha, and I'm chairing this group presentation. I'd like to introduce the second group. They will give a presentation on the relationship between well-being and daily life. Group 2, are you ready to start?
Hello everyone. My name is Joe Kato. I'd like to talk about breakfast. My topic is breakfast. Breakfast offers variety of benefits, not only physical health but also mental health. According to Quota et al. 2016, men who are not eating breakfast uh, has a higher risk of cardiovascular disease and total stroke and other disease. This research also indicated that not eating breakfast person tend to be unbalanced lifestyle, such as smoking, intake alcohol, less physical activity, and more feel stress. In addition, Amber et al. 2012, men who eating breakfast person has a lower BMI and less likely to smoke and more physical activity. Furthermore, eating breakfast person has lower of intake alcohol and fat and often eat vegetable food. This research indicated that eating breakfast person has a lower of developing overweight state compared to who not eating breakfast person. However, there is a little difference about breakfast because because human's health is influenced by other factors such as sleeping and exercise, extended to which eating or not eating breakfast directly affected humans' health are certain. Furthermore, the number of people who skipped breakfast before committed to work or go to school has increased because modern society is so busy. That's why this is my significance. My significance is emphasize the importance of breakfast for modern society. My hypothesis is eating breakfast will improve mental health and physical health. This is today's outline. First, I conduct questionnaire to 34 Japanese university students. First question is whether eat or not eat breakfast. Second is the state of day from eating breakfast or from not eating breakfast. Result, look at this table. Uh, Eating breakfast is beneficial for most of people. Full of energy and sleep well and strong concentration is good effect for eating breakfast. Second, look at this table. Uh, Not eating breakfast is good bad condition. This table shows that not eating breakfast is not concentration and not full of energy and don't sleep well. So that's why eating breakfast so important. Summary, eating breakfast is beneficial for all people. Eating breakfast is not good, not only physical health, but also mental health. And not eating breakfast is cause bad condition to not eating breakfast person. Thank you for listening.
？Hello everyone, my name is Yu Sazai. I will talk about the relationship between sleep habits and health among university students. Sleep plays a role in maintaining both physical, physical mental health. Its impact on overall well-being has attracted attention in recent years. In Japan, chronic sleep deprivation has become a serious social and health issue, leading to fatigue, stress, and increased risk of lifestyle-related disease. Carter reported lack of sleep increases the risk of hypertension and diabetes, while Miyazaki and Shirakawa demonstrated good sleep quality, improved emotional stability, concentration, and stress resilience. Furthermore, Walker highlights the role of sleep in memory consolidation and emotional regulation.
However, research focused only on sleep duration remains limited in understanding the full picture of sleep impact. Subjective satisfaction, sleep quality, lifestyle is equally important. Yet, individual differences make it difficult to define a universal standard. Based on, based on this, the present study hypothesized sleep can improve both physical and mental health and aim to explore how individuals' sleep habits and perceived sleep quality are related to their well-being. This is outline first introduction, second survey result, finally summary. A sleep questionnaire was conducted for 35 college university students aged to 18 to 22. As a recruitment, it was recruited through Instagram and SNS. To test the hypothesis, a survey was conducted with 35 participants. The results rever- reverse several notable trends. In response to the first question, 30 participants answered that they believe sleep influence their physical and mental health, while only 5 participants answered no. Among them, 26 were male and 9 were female. Regarding sleep duration, 22% of respondents slept less than 5 hours. 33 participants between 33% between 5 or 6 hours, 44% between 6 or 7 hours. Interestingly, when asked about their year sleep duration, 55% reported 8 hours or more, suggesting a gap between actual and desired sleep. When participants were asked to rate their sleep quality on a 5-point scale, 33% rated somewhat pure, 33% fairly good, indicating value participants of sleep satisfaction. Regarding time to fall asleep, 44% took more than an hour, suggesting that many experience difficulty falling asleep. These results suggest that also most people recognize the importance of sleep. Many are unable to achieve sufficient or high quality rest. Moreover, the gap between actual ideal sleep times as well as long sleep latency may indicate psychological stress or irregular lifestyles. Therefore, improving subject sleep satisfaction and managing sleep rhythm could be to key to promoting both physical recovery and mental stability. In summary, the finding to of this study, the previous research suggesting the sufficient high quality sleep is essential for both physical and mental well-being. Furthermore, investing using objective measures such as wearable sleep tracks or stress monitoring should be conducted to explore how sleep quality interacts with physical, psychological indicators. this, is, this is reference.
Hello everyone, I'm Takuma Akamatsu. Today I'm gonna talk about the relationship between exercise and well-being in university student. Exercise or physical activity is widely known as vital for well-being. For instance, Kanamori et al. 2019 found that physical activity with others significantly lowers depression and dementia risk. Similarly, Makizako et al. 2018 reported that exercise during the pandemic led to better sleep and objective health. However, existing research is often only focused on older or general populations. Since university students face unique stressors such as academic pressure or career anxiety, it is also important to understand the impact of exercise on their well-being. Therefore, the purpose of this presentation, this chapter, is to explore how exercise and how different exercise patterns affect their well-being. My hypothesis is that students who exercise socially and regularly will report higher subjective well-being. This is this outline. First, I'm going to talk about methodology from now on, and then result and conclusion. A survey was conducted. On 50 Ritsumeikan University students through Google Form via personal network. Participation was voluntary and anonymous. The questionnaire assessed 5 areas: basic information, detailed exercise habit, social context, subjective well-being using WHO-5 index, counted up to 100, and finally, self-rated status. The overall mean well-being score was moderate, 68 out of 100. My initial analysis revealed clear patterns among 3 factors. The first is exercise frequency. As shown in graph 1, students exercising 5 or more times weekly achieved the highest mean score over 80, while the lowest was for 0 to 1 times. The second is social context. Graph 2 shows that students exercising with others 3 times or more per week reported the peak average well-being. The score was much higher than those who do rarely with others and they are on around 55. Finally, the third is exercise intensity. Graph 3 shows that students exercising in high intensity environment reported the highest average scores, which was roughly 30 points higher compared to light intensity group. Let me summarize the point of this presentation so far. The purpose of this chapter was to explore how different exercise patterns affect the well-being of Japanese university students. In conclusion, the preliminary findings strongly support my hypothesis. Frequent, social, and high-intensity physical activity are all positively associated with higher subjective well-being. This means exercise is a powerful tool not only for improving physical fitness, but also for maintaining psychological health and happiness. For the final presentation, I'm gonna focus on testing with self-rated status. And additionally, I plan to conduct more detailed analysis and discussion to further connect these results with real situations. These are references. Let's move on. Finally, let's move on to the general conclusion. The purpose of this presentation was to identify which factors, especially relationship, breakfast, sleep, and or exercise most strongly associated with good well-being. Our initial findings show that all the small factors have a certain impact on both mental and physical well-being. For the final presentation, we will expand. We will do more detailed analysis to better understand the interaction among them. Through this process, we hope to propose practical ways for students to enhance their well-being. Thank you for listening.